Service only. We're back. I'm here with Stay Lean with Irene.
Yeah.
Is that what's going on around?
That's it.
So service only, we talk to entrepreneurs, movers, shakers, everyone that's on the move towards their goals and try to make something happen. So I got Irene Barrera, right?
Barrera.
So she's joining me on this episode, and I wanted to kind of unpack her journey, find out why she's so interested in fitness and working out. And you know, you've been kind of on your gram pretty heavy with this whole mindset thing and helping people towards their goals and stuff like that. So take me back. What got you to where you are now? Like, why is it so important for people to invest in fitness, and kind of like how did this start for you?
So, before I got into fitness, I was kind of just chasing the money and just going wherever you can make big bucks and just not really doing what I loved, just chasing the money. And that worked out for a while until I just couldn't do it anymore. It was not fulfilling, and that's when I just started working out. I moved to California. I was joining boot camps, and it just struck me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what I love to do. I love fitness, and I want to start this in Boston because nobody's doing it in Boston. After going to all those boot camps, I'm like, wow, I should go back to Boston. Let me backtrack. So I was posting a lot about the fitness stuff on my social media, and then people in Boston were watching everything that I was doing, and they would constantly message me and say, Irene, I wish you were here so that you could train me. Like, that's amazing, da-da-da. And I was selling these online programs to some of the girls online that followed me, and then specifically them. They were like, I really wish you were here because it'd be so much easier to follow up with this and whatever. So I was like, okay, people just keep telling me that they wish I was there, so maybe I should just make the move and start these boot camps out there. And I did it. And the moment I started the boot camps, they were so successful. I hit my goal within 4 weeks of starting it. Like, it was 10 people, and then the 10 people started building to 20 to 30, and it was just insane how in such little time it exploded. And I met my goal so quick by just following what I love to do and following my gut, and coming back and starting it. But aside from that, also, fitness has helped me with a lot of depression and just difficult moments. I don't really talk about this, and I don't think I've mentioned it briefly on Instagram, but it's amazing what fitness can do. Some people just look at it like, oh, I just need to work out because it's just good for me. But you don't understand how much it also helps you mentally. Like, you can't go to the gym on a bad day and do a workout and get out of that place feeling also depressed and sad. Like, there's just no way that your body's going to be jumping and doing all these things and you continue to feel sad. Like, your mindset is like, oh my gosh, I'm jumping, like I'm happy, like I'm doing all these things with my body, I must be happy, you know? It's just like something in your brain just like switches, and you're all of a sudden, you just feel much better. So that really helped me, and I feel like that's why I'm really so passionate about fitness, because there's so much more about just working out. It's not just working out, it's the mindset. Like, it helps you with all these difficult emotions, like, again, depression, anxiety, like so many other issues out there that you can overcome them with fitness, and even health issues. Like, for example, I just recently got diagnosed with prediabetes, right? Prediabetes. And I think it's genetics because my grandmother used to have diabetes. So I'm like, no, there's no way. Like, I work out, I eat healthy, there's no way this is going to happen. And honestly, I've been slacking with my cardio because a couple months back, I sprained my ankle. So I stopped working out. No, not working out. I stopped doing cardio.
Stop doing cardio.
But the moment the doctor told me that, I was like, nope, I got to get back into my cardio because there's just no way that this thing's going to catch up to me. So it also helps when it comes to health. Like, you can definitely prevent certain things like that, diabetes or just other things that are going on in your body. You can fight them by working out. So it's just, there's so many more aspects to it than just working out.
So let me ask you a question. So you were saying before this you were chasing money.
I was just
right?
chasing the money, yeah.
So how did fitness become the thing though? Because it could have been something else. So were you always passionate about fitness, and then it was like, okay, you know what? I'm passionate about this. I've been passionate about this. Let me do this. Were you introduced to working out? Like, how did you segue from just about the money, whatever jobs you were working
Yeah.
on, to deciding you were gonna go down a path.
So
of
I
fitness?
was always working out, but again, I feel like just being in California and the environment where people do these boot camp type seminars, and you just go out and mingle with people and just hang out. I feel like I just fell in love with that type of fitness industry, because over here I was never exposed to boot camps and just, you know, badass workouts like that. Like, it was just a normal gym, like
Yeah.
enclosed,
Yeah.
just regular machines. Out there, like, I got introduced to just like the garage scene, or like outdoors, ropes, tires, and all those things that it was just, I didn't know anything about them until I got exposed to it being out there. And I feel like that's what really, I enjoyed it, because being at a regular gym just doing machine workouts was so boring to me. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm just trying to do this because I need to get my fitness in, but that's about it. And then going out there and seeing how you can actually work out and have fun with it, that's what really hit me. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a whole different fitness world that I never really knew. And I think that's what really changed. And again, just going through the depression and working out, I was like, wow, like this also helps with, you know, more than just health.
So how has your life changed since you started this journey from where you were in Cali to now? Like, how long has it been?
So I got back in May.
Okay, so not even a year yet. So
Not even
how
a
much
year.
has changed in that time?
A lot, because again, the moment I got here, I met my goal with the fitness stuff, with the boot camps that I was doing, and I got all my clientele like this, just word of mouth, like no marketing. I didn't invest a dime in marketing or just trying to go out there and get clients. Like, everyone came to me because everyone heard about it and saw me at the field and saw people that were getting results. So I just started getting all these clients, and then right now that the winter's here, it pushed me to open up my own fitness studio, because all of my clients are, what are we going to do for the winter? We want to continue working out. What are we going to do? And it's just like, oh my gosh, I mean, you need to open up your own studio, because what are you going to do with these people? So I actually just signed a lease to open up my own fitness center.
So you working with the clients during this time?
So, yeah, some of them. So, see, this is where the whole I need to open up my own fitness center comes into play. You know that a lot of gyms, like let's say Workout World, Platinum Fitness, or Boston Sports Club, all the big known gyms, they have their own personal trainers. So I can't just walk into a gym and bring my client and train them. Like, if they catch me, they're gonna kick me out. So it's like, I've done that, but it's just so hard trying to, you know, just blend in and act like I'm not training them. So
Yeah.
I'm just tired of doing that, and it's good because it's pushing me to do my own thing and not have to, you know, constantly be scared that they're gonna kick me out or hiding it. But yeah, I'm training some of them now, but it's just difficult, you know, training them at other gyms.
Got it. What do you think is the most difficult thing on this journey of yours? Like, what have been some of the obstacles and challenges that you faced?
Obstacles and challenges. So the obstacle and challenge that I'm facing right now.
Real stuff. The real stuff.
The real stuff.
Yeah. As an entrepreneur, just as a woman, like, you know, just maybe personally, what are some of the things that you have?
So first, as a woman, I'm going to start with, I used to have a lot of distractions. So a lot of distractions that weren't allowing me to excel with my business.
Like what?
Putting my focus on other things that I shouldn't have. Like before I was an ex-boyfriend, you know, just putting my all and my attention into
Yeah, you
that.
got to share some of the things for the viewers, because there's probably women out there or guys out there that probably could relate to some of these distractions, and that might, a light bulb might pop off, and they may stop a distraction right after they hear some of
So
your
stop
distractions.
the distractions with the boys or girls, whatever, if you're male, female, because that will leave you broke and just not in a good place.
Give us the real. Stay lean with Irene with the realness.
So that's one. And then as an entrepreneur, I feel like right now I'm having a lot of trouble finding the right people to help me out with my fitness studio. I feel like I don't have the right people that I can bring on board.
What are you talking about? Are these trainers? Are
yeah.
these employees? Are these
No, like
contractors?
trainers,
what kind of
partners, whatever.
Got it.
Trainers, partners, just people helping me run the business. That's what I'm struggling with right now. But maybe I haven't put it out on social media either, but I'm just very picky with the people that I'll
people? I mean,
bring on board.
do you know specifically what you're looking for? What you're looking for with these individuals to help you with?
Yeah, well, I'm looking for instructors because I can't do everything. You know, like
Got it.
I'm gonna have the boot camps running. I have to be a manager. I have to do sales. There's a smoothie bar that's gonna be there, and there's just a lot that I need help with. I probably need like another 3 people to help me. You know,
Got it, yeah.
and it's just hard finding people who are truly passionate about this and who will work for your business as if it's their own. You know, and just be all in. So that's the one thing that I'm struggling with, just being around the right people. And
So, boys, finding the right people to align with your goals. Any other obstacles that you actually face that were kind of hard for you to push through?
other obstacles. I just feel like a lot of us or you guys need to be careful with who you share your dreams with and who you surround yourself with, because I had a lot of close people to me tell me when I told them that I wanted to open up this fitness studio. They told me, Irene, do not do that. I've been in your shoes. I failed. That's the biggest mistake you can make. And just, if you listen to them, you're never going to achieve anything. So I think that's a really, like, something huge that I want to put out there.
So I mean, I think that's that kind of makes me bring up something, right?
Yeah.
So to your point, when you're faced with this adversity from your close circle, right? Do you distance yourself from these people? Do you only share certain things with certain people? Do you realize that maybe our energies are unaligned? Maybe we're going in different directions. Like, how do you decide that maybe certain people are not for you in your life at the moment? Because as we grow, other people grow as well. So sometimes, sometimes we grow on different paths.
So, to begin with, I don't have people that I would call friends. Like, that was a person that was just introduced to me, and I don't want to like.
That was someone around the circle.
Yeah, who I thought was really cool because, like, he was in the fitness industry too, and I was like, oh, cool, like, he's helping me out, like, it's a cool vibe, like, I want to share it with him, and hopefully he'll want to hop on board.
Yeah.
And it was just like a complete shutdown, and I was just like, oh, okay. So moving forward, I definitely distanced myself, and I was like, I will no longer share things like that, and this is just what it is, and I can't count on you, and that's it. Like, I know now. But yeah, moving forward, I don't trust the person. I won't share things. And again, I'm very specific with who I share things with. I don't share things with a lot of people. Like, nobody knows right now that I'm opening up a fitness studio aside from you.
Well, they know now.
And you guys and my parents. But that's about it. And then that one person that I had shared it with, but he doesn't even know now that I'm actually doing it because it was just something that I brought up. So I'm just like, you know what? I'll show you I can do it, and then it will be successful.
So you seem like you like that. You like to be challenged. So if you're faced with a challenge, that competitive spirit comes out of you, and you wanna make sure you make it happen.
Absolutely. And you know what stinks though is that this person, I really wanted to bring this person on board, but because of the fact that he showed me that, I'm just like, unfortunately I can't. And like, a side of me is like, maybe you should give him a second chance. Like, maybe you can still do it. But then I'm like, no, the wise thing is probably just to be not to, because what if low key, either he's hating or he's being insecure that I'm gonna make it and he didn't make it, and it's just like so many, like, I don't know the true reason behind why he would shut my dream down,
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just dangerous. So I'm just like, no. And that's the second time that it happens. Like, I also had somebody else that I wanted to bring on board, and then this person kind of just took one of my ideas and ran with it and left me out of the picture.
Well, that kind of shows you, right? So sometimes when you're working towards your goals, right, you're going to be faced with certain obstacles, certain situations, and they're going to reveal that maybe close friends, maybe close acquaintances, maybe some partners, you guys aren't as aligned as you thought.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Maybe it just shows you that you need to either move in a different direction or just put your focuses directly on what you're trying to do, and maybe not trying to include somebody that doesn't necessarily have your best interest at heart.
But I think it's so important to have the right crowd, like the right group support system.
You definitely got to definitely have to have the right people or have the right accountability group.
Yeah.
That's very important. That actually brings me to my next question. I was going to ask you, do you have that? Can you talk about how important that is? And as you were moving towards your journey from where you are to where you are now, did you have some key people? Do you have a mentor or something? Do you have key people? Do you have an accountability group that kind of help you? Or are you still trying to grow and develop that?
So I'm still trying to develop that. I feel like it's always just been me, you know, and I feel like I'm always the one encouraging other people and trying to inspire other people, but I still have yet to find that person who help me, you know. I don't have that person yet.
Yeah.
But does that answer your question?
Do you feel like you're the smartest person in the room?
See, that's the problem. I feel like I need smarter people than me in my group. But again, I don't associate myself with a lot of people. Like, it's just me. I go out to work, do my own thing, come back. Like, I don't ever really put myself in a place where
maybe that's something we can discuss off of
Okay.
the interview. But because I've even been in situations like that. Sometimes I feel like I'm the smartest person in the room. Sometimes I feel like I'm in certain situations and like I'm able to share gems and share my experiences and help other people, but I don't necessarily always have that direct link that I can draw from.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
and that's what I'm lacking too.
So to your point, I think it's very important for us to put ourselves in you, and when I say us, I mean you, to put ourselves in situations that are uncomfortable, that's going to force us to
grow.
level up and grow.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe there's somebody you're identifying that could be a mentor that's way more successful than you are, than we are. And then that individual could be someone that we come to them with intention and come with them, you know, humble and open. Maybe there's something we can do for you. You know, how can, you know, I get to where you are.
Yeah.
You know, and you're doing it in a way that's not like you're trying to take from them, but you're doing it in a way that's, you know, you're being humble about it. You're being open. You want to serve this person.
Right.
Professionally.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's great. I'm excited to hear about the studio. You know,
Yeah.
maybe I'll come get a workout or something.
You have to.
What other challenges or obstacles could you share that someone trying to break into being an entrepreneur that they may face, that they may not know where to start, or what are some things that you can kind of throw out there that they're gonna kind of run into?
I think a big one, maybe not entrepreneurs. I feel like people in general are just scared to chase their passion because they need that security and they're just comfortable with where they are right now and they're making money and they can't necessarily afford to just stop the job that's providing their income and just go out and start doing what they love. So I feel like for me, I had to move to California, chasing the money, and to find out that wasn't what I loved, and just quitting and just saying, I'm gonna figure it out. I didn't have money coming in, and I still just went for it. I was like, I'm just gonna quit this job. I'm gonna put my all into what I believe in, and whatever, I'll figure it out. I have credit cards. I'll figure it out. And that's literally what I did. I didn't have an income. I literally had to live off of my credit card for probably like 2-3 months. And I figured it out. It all worked out. And I feel like people need to just let go of that fear. If you truly believe in yourself and you're passionate about what you love, then just go for it. You will figure it out. Like, stop depending on that security. And if you have a family and you have kids, like, maybe don't do what I'm saying. But like, if it's just you and you're young and you can afford to do that, I'm telling you, like, it'll all work out in your favor, especially if you set your intention on the fact that you're gonna win and you truly believe in yourself. I think it'll all work out.
So why don't you unpack setting your intention? What does
Yeah.
that actually mean? Because it could be, people have heard it. People
Yeah.
people hear about mindset, setting intentions, you know, things like that. But what does that actually mean? Can you
Yeah.
explain that in a tangible manner in which some of the viewers can actually understand what you mean by that?
Yeah, so setting your intention, I think the best way I can put it is I was listening to an audio by Oprah, and she was saying that she's the biggest and best manifester out there. And she was like, do you want me to teach you? And everyone was like, yeah, sure, of course, teach us. And she was like, the best way that you can manifest things is by you, again, setting your intention and just letting it go. Okay, what does that mean? For example, if I want to make $1 million, I'm going to say, I want to make $1 million. I'm going to make $1 million, and that's what's going to happen. You don't say, I'm going to make $1 million, but if this happens or that happens, I might fail. You never put the thought of failure in your mind. You just set your intention in the fact that you're going to win. You feel like a winner already. You feel like you're already there, and just let it go. You don't allow all these negative thoughts to come in your mind.
How do you keep that going? So let's say you set the intention on Monday, right? Mm-hmm. Friday is only 5 days, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. How do you keep that energy going through the week?
So for me, what helps me, honestly, is that I try to meditate and pray every morning, every night. So at the beginning of the day, the best advice that I can give you is do not touch your phone the moment you wake up. You go straight into meditating, setting your intention again for the day, what you're expecting, and just feeling good. Okay? And then at night, you do the same exact thing. Instead of being negative, you thank God or the universe, whatever you believe in, for everything that has happened, and you go to bed feeling good. I feel like you have to set a routine every single day that's going to help you get through the week and just keeps you centered and aligned with, your intention again. Does that make sense?
That makes sense to me. I hope y'all got it.
That's the best way I could put it. Like, I really think that that's just so important. You have to have a routine. You have to hold yourself accountable every single day. You can't just set the intention on Monday and expect to feel the same way all the way through Friday.
Well, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So that was a great question.
Somebody could set the intention, right, for today, but like, how do they keep the energy going? Because there's so many things that can happen to you in the day or in the week.
Yeah.
You're not going to necessarily always end the week off how you started.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So you have to set that intention every single day, day and night.
So you're going to open a studio.
Yeah.
What else you have going on in your life in terms of that can be a balance, right? So you're an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. You're going to be launching a new business.
Yep.
What's going on the outside of that could take some time or energy away from that? How are you going to be able to balance these things?
So outside from the business aspect.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like that's why I have to find the right people, because obviously I still have a life aside from that, and that's one of the things that I'm really being challenged with.
Oh, you got a life outside of this?
Well, that's what you were asking, right? Yeah. About my outside life.
Yeah. How do you balance your entrepreneurship with your outside life? Do you balance your outside life with your entrepreneurship?
No, actually, I think I don't. I think I just focus on my entrepreneurship and my work. I really don't have an outside life.
Okay, all right.
I really don't.
I guess it's easy for you then. You ain't got nothing to balance.
Good point. Wow, you actually just made me realize that. I really don't. I don't have a life aside from that. But I'm totally fine with that because I'm building right now.
So I was going to say, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
Like, for instance, for me, like, I'm in real estate. Mm-hmm. I'm in fitness. I'm launching a brand. And I create content and I try to strategize. But these are all things that I love and all things I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
I don't mind blowing my whole week and weekend doing this stuff.
Because you love it.
Because I love it.
So there's no problem, yeah.
It's no problem. But for some people, they may have a kid. They could be, they may have some other dependents. Yeah. Maybe something going on, family or whatever. Maybe they're injured or something. Mm-hmm. There could be some things that prevent you from going 100%. That doesn't mean you can't do it. You just have to be creative in how you spend your time.
Time structure, yeah, definitely. Well, fortunately, I don't have kids. I'm not married, so I can do this.
We're so sad for her. We're so sad for her. She's going to have a problem with that.
No, honestly, and that's another thing that I was thinking. I was like, there's no way I can start having a life right now, especially because I'm going to open up this business. And aside from opening up the business, like I'm working on my website too, and I want to do the whole online stuff. I want to create an income from online, and that's another thing too. I feel like for entrepreneurs, there's just so many options, and specifically social media. Like there's a lot of people out there that see social media as a negative thing. They're like, oh, social media, like we spend so much time on it and it's just the devil. It's like, it's the most, they just start saying all these like really bad things about it. But little do you know that people are making thousands and thousands of dollars from just being on Instagram
Yeah, for
and
sure.
running their social media so greatly. They have thousands of followers and they're making an income. And that's one of my goals. That's why I'm producing so much content right now, because I want to get to the level where I'm making money off of my social media aside from having my business. I don't want to just rely on one source of income. I want to, you know.
Yeah, you want to
So,
diversify, have several
yeah.
incomes coming in.
So, yeah, where I was going to is I can't afford to start a life now because I really need to focus. So,
Well, I mean, if you met somebody and their goals were in line with your goals, I'm pretty sure you could figure it out if that's what you wanted to do.
maybe.
So, I think definitely for people out there, right, you should definitely focus on what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
You definitely have a structure. But if you run across somebody that you definitely shouldn't pass up on and they're mentally aligned with you, maybe you can spend time in figuring that out. Don't listen to her.
Don't do it.
Anything else you want to leave the people with?
I think just setting your intention was like the big thing here. I think just really start working on setting your intention, let go of fear. Don't listen to the naysayers because you'll never achieve anything if you do. Yeah. Just
Cool.
go get it.
Service only. Stay lean with Irene.